I'm going to start off by giving all glory, praises, and honor unto Yahawah, Baha Sham, Yahawashi,
Baha Sham, QADASH.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to the brothers that's teaching this truth and sincerity. The Shalawam to the hopeful elect, and the 1/3, the sincere listeners. Alright, this is Gms Toronto, back again, prophesying the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as Babylon, man. And then you see in the news, man, a whole bunch of things are going on. Prophecy fulfilling itself more and more every day, man. Alright, uproars of the people. Okay, you have these heathens going hard, alright, fighting over our land, man. Like, you niggas don't even know that's your land. You niggas in the ghettos, you guys are doing your own thing, not knowing what the hell is going on in the world, not caring about geopolitics, but not understanding that those people are fighting over your land, man. You know? And then you have it to where you other people that are getting the gift, okay, you're having a new challenge, getting they call it the magnet challenge, to see if you can stick a magnet to your arm. Alright? Trying to glamorize this gift. And it's really not a gift, man. Alright, it's to your own destruction. You know? To your own downfall.
I got a scripture, I got Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19:1. And it says, the burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord Yahawah rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Right? And that's what you're seeing right now with certain Edomites. They're having the anti-lockdown protests, and then you have other Edomites cursing them out, right? Because they're calling them crazy and a bunch of yahoos, right? But that's the division you have right now. In America, you have even more division, right? You have Edomites that are pro-gun. You have Edomites that are against, to ban the weapons. Right. You know, you have Edomites protesting with Black Lives Matter. You have Edomites against that. So there's a whole division, and America is of course Egypt, right? Canada is just an extension, you know. Okay. It's gonna get its judgment, but we're dealing with Egypt, which is America. You know, the modern day Egypt is America, right? It says, verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof. And you're seeing that, man, right? This past year, New Year's, the apostles put on the live cam of Times Square, and it was dead empty, man. And even a little before that, a few months before that, I don't know if it was Apostle Tahar riding through New York City, and he said it's just dead. It's not the same. So that's that scripture right there. You feel it, man. Even Toronto, you go through Toronto, that spirit is dead, man.
That spirit is dead.
Finished, man.
You know what I mean?
And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And a lot of people are turning to that side, and it's being made very evident. You know, they're turning to that side, and they're seeking. You've seen ads in the newspapers on the street about the Kijiji, or palm reader, or astrologer, or all these different things, right? Yeah, that was the point.
All these women are, becoming palm readers, or your woman might know a woman that does it, and they've dealt with it. They've what's that word? They've consulted with them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Book the consultation.
Yeah, they got. So, as I show you, this world is wicked, man. They lack the guidance of the Most High, man. And that's why this place has to be destroyed. You know. That was it on that, eh? This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord put these words in our mouth, because it's not of our own accord. Because, even to the people, it's crazy what we did, or what we're doing. on the highways every Saturday. A bunch of men meet up and go out and prophesy on the streets. Certain people you see, they're like, "What are you doing out here?" "Oh, I seen your videos." They might come to camp. "What are you doing?" Right? And that's a spirit. That's not a thing where we get paid or there's a so-called carnal benefit. That's in the spirit, man. So that's the thing the Most High put in us that we did and we're still doing to the best of our ability. Because basically Ontario is jail right now. This is prison.
You're in prison time.
Right? This is prison. You even have Americans cursing out, "Oh, Canada. Canada's crazy. They're on lockdown." And you know, Joe Rogan, he's in America. He's cursing out Ontario because everything's messed up, man. You know? Go ahead.
It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, that they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee."
Yeah, incredulity means lack of faith, right? So people talking shit and having their way, and them prospering, right? So it might throw certain brothers off. That's why it says, "Envy not the glory of a sinner," right? And there's a scripture in the Apocrypha that says there is a sinner that had good success. You might know somebody, they're wicked as all hell, man. Pop in a man's woman every other weekend, selling drugs, doing whatever, man. And they're great, they're having a nice life. Well, there's a time and place for everything, you know? So we gotta, our thing is having tunnel vision, just going through, you know, and not being distracted. Right? Just like a boxer, he goes out and if he gets nervous, the crowd's there cursing him out, booing him. You know, he's looking at the ring girls, checking them out. You know, he has to have that tunnel vision to go through that fight and accomplish his goal. Same thing with the brothers, man. You have your goal, which is to get the hell out of here, man. The scripture says the captive hasteneth that he may be loose. And you have to know you're in captivity.
Yeah, first and foremost.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It says, verse 4, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord Yahawah, I will bring plagues upon the world."
And that's why the scriptures, that's 15.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful scripture because it's going to tell you about how to act and what kind of frame of mind. Because like Yahushua said, let the dead bury the dead. Basically, if your family members or close relatives or loved ones take that jab, damn sure they're going to take the mark of the beast.
That's right.
So so it says, "Let the unfaithful die in their unfaithfulness."
Yeah.
And that's a thing in your brain that it weighs heavy on you at first, but you gotta overcome that. Like this brother always says, you can't be in that bitch ass spirit. You gotta, if your woman or your mother, or your father take it, well, look, to see you on the next side, man. Right? Go ahead.
Yeah, because they're taking it without the force.
Yes.
So what are they gonna do when Esau comes with the horns? So they're definitely taking the chip.
To bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted.
So what normal are you going back to? The Most High is bringing these plagues, man. People, the CNE is about to close.
Yo.
They said 142 years.
That represents Esau's height of pleasure going down.
And that was a wicked place anyway. Wasn't it years ago some people got sick because they sold some nasty ass burger?
Oh yeah.
People were vomiting that. This place is bugged out.
Have a quick precept.
We'll go back after.
Yeah, I will. It says Matthew 16:25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Which is what those people just did with the job.
Right.
They thought they just saved their lives.
Yeah.
They just lost it.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah, that's why the Lord said, "Lay not up treasures in the earth, man."
That's right.
Where men can break through and steal.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
You have treasures in this earth, you better get security, get weapons, but even then, that's all carnal, man. Meaning it can be protected, but it can also be taken. If someone has more firepower than you. So the Lord said, "Lay up your treasures in heaven." But guys like Polite, they can't understand that. I gotta prosper now. I need it now, right? Go ahead.
Back in 2nd Ezra 15 and 6, it says, For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And therefore saith the Lord Yahweh, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me.
Yeah, because even though Jake is wicked, there's still that righteous spirit, man. The Most High, it says he created man upright, but he had found out many inventions. Right? So Jake goes up in the spiritual and we got blown away by police or some Edomites, and he's crying unto the Lord, man, saying, what is the situation? You know, because now he gets the whole picture. DMX, he's crying unto the Lord, right? Because they're all in their right spirit, and they're seeing what's happening. And Esau, for the most part, it's not that Jake is just so-called inherently wicked, even though the 2/3 are wicked as hell. Esau sets up a plan. He has a bunch of plans, man, right? He set up the drugs in your neighborhood, right? He took away the employment and opportunities from your neighborhood, right? He made it so that when you had a certain amount of money, you couldn't even get deeds to the land. You couldn't get mortgages by the banks, right? So Esau laid these different snares, right? So to the point where what can Jake do but be on drugs or sell drugs or kill each other, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 12:26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduces them.
That's right. Just like in the ancient world, we were cutting down the Hamites, and then at a certain time, Jake's like, you know what? Let's just make them tributaries. Let's not kill them. But the Lord demanded you to take them out. But you made them tributaries, and then what did the Lord say? Their ways will seduce you, right? Roughly paraphrasing.
That's right.
You're gonna marry their daughters, and your daughters are gonna marry them, and then you're gonna serve their gods.
That's right.
See, when the Most High sets up a plan, Jake doesn't do it all the way.
That's right.
Jake doesn't, you know, oh, this is good enough.
That's right.
You know? Most High told you, take him out, man.
Yeah. God. Verse 9, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. You know, and that's even coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, you know?
Yeah, and like I was saying, even right now, like that movie Menace to Society, he was telling Cain, and it's funny they named him Cain, right? But the Jake, right? And he was talking with the high school teacher, right? The father of one of his friends, and he's like, there's a war, and he's like, you're the prey.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So he's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna fuck around these streets until you get killed or you go to jail? And then that's the plan for Jake. That's the only outcome. You know, you have guys like Freeway,
Rick Ross,
right? Guys like that. But even they'll tell you, look, it's higher up people, man. It's the DEA. They're the ones bringing in the drugs. I just had an opportunity, right? A wicked opportunity, but.
Yeah, that's right. And we found out that all the intelligence agencies work for the Black Pope. You have a white pope and you have a black pope, and the Black Pope controls all the gangs all throughout the world. They have to report back to him because the Jesuits run the Catholic Church, man, and those guys are more deadly than any special op force that you've ever seen, man.
Yeah, and they show you that in the game called Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed's a good one.
You know,
That's right.
good, yeah. They show you they don't play around. But anyway,
yeah, because you wonder where did Jake come up with all the gang what do you call symbols? Which Jake in the 70s had a book on esoteric symbols, where they have pitchfork and the so-called Star David that they call, right?
Exactly.
A pentagram. Which Jake, man?
That's right. That's right. Which Jake knew how to make crack.
Con.
This is back to verse 11.
Says, just try this out.
Con.
But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahawah shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful
Yeah,
constellation.
no one listens to farmers, but farmers, they always complain about every year that there's a lot of hail, there's a lot of different plagues that wipe out their crops. But nobody really understands because you don't pay attention. You just go through your drive-through or you go to Loblaws or no frills, and you just expect shit to be there, man. Well, guess what? There's a lot of East Coast states now. They go to the gas station. Oh, no gas, out of service. So soon you're gonna see lineups at the grocery store, and then soon they're not gonna have food.
Exactly. It's funny that they said there's no gas, and most of the truck industry in the United States is trucks. So if there's no gas, there's no food. You know, plain and simple.
It's an ecosystem.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what Daniela, he always used to say. He wanted to be a trucker because that's one of the last jobs to go. Well, we're in that time where the truckers, man, they're gonna have no work either.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
when those people have no work, you people are messed up, man.
Yeah, Con.
You're gonna be totally dependent. FEMA, you have to wait on FEMA. Oh, we're here to help.
Yep.
Drop off food crates and all that shit.
Yeah.
Or go to this facility and then
Con.
you're in a damn concentration camp.
Con. And it's gonna be a lot of powdered foods. Those packaged foods.
Yep.
Yep.
Food bank.
Yeah, Con.
You just mix it with the water.
Yeah, where you mix it with water. Those type of foods. Yeah. Because
Pretty much
in
what they are.
in those days, you don't keep milk.
No.
Milk is not a thing that you keep because it spoils quick, right? So you just give the people powdered milk.
That's what in the army. That's what they give you.
Yeah, Con.
It's packages.
Yeah, the packages. Exactly. Yeah, Con.
Yeah. And it says, verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. Shalachyayam. Let me jump down to verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not.
That's when things get really bad. We're not in that time. We're in the time of the middle class being destroyed, and the gap between the rich and poor ever increasing. Right? Inflation. We're in a time of inflation, and soon to be hyperinflation.
Yep.
Like we always bring up Germany. That's the perfect example.